Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing part 2 of Arc of Infinity, which is a very underrated story. And rewatching it, it's the first time I rewatched it in a while. That's why I'm doing episodic reviews of it, because it's very much not fresh on my mind. And I haven't watched it since I got the DVD years and years and years ago. I always like this story. I always consider it an underrated story. I never understand why people don't like this story. I love Sarah Sutton in this. She is playing Nyssa so well. Nyssa's getting stuff to do. I mentioned that in part 1. One of the things I love about Arc of Infinity is Nyssa is getting things to do. She's not just there. And I'm enjoying that. We're seeing her get to be emotional. We're seeing her conviction. We're seeing her trying to save the Doctor. She's really going out of her way, risking a lot to try to save the Doctor. We get to find out she has a really good aim. Like, she doesn't hold the gun very convincingly. Because I'm guessing Sarah's not trained to hold a gun. But man, she never misses. I know originally Leela was planned to be in this, and Leela would definitely be a good shot. But she's blasting them. She never misses. Again, I'm watching it with the updated effects. I much prefer the story with the updated effects. They just kind of add a little pop to it. And they look really good. Really, really good. Peter Davison's putting in a really good performance in this one. I love that bit when they're asking him, when they're first kind of having his little trial or whatever. The High Council session being called to order. Do you have anything else to say? And Peter Davison's like, I have a great deal to say. There's some anger in his voice there. Like, I'd be angry too if I was being wrongfully accused of something. Not that they're wrongfully accusing him, but if I was being put to death when there's no reason for that, I'd be upset too. He almost has that Tom Baker, I got it, Bobby, to his voice. I love that. I absolutely love the way Davison delivered that line. The stuff going on Gallifrey is really good. I'm enjoying Colin Baker as Maxwell. It's a little weird seeing him as Maxwell because you're so used to him being the 6th Doctor. So seeing him opposite of the 5th Doctor here is always a little weird. But Colin's playing him well because Maxwell is not... He doesn't do what he does because he derives any pleasure from it, at least from what I'm seeing here. Again, the story is hazy in my head. He's not doing it because he's sadistic or there's no malevolence to him. That's his job. He's carrying out his orders. He's that very, very do-what-you're-told soldier. That's what he's doing. So he's not doing it because he takes any kind of pleasure from it. He's doing it because... to him, that's the natural order of things, is that a soldier does what he's told to do. And I think Colin Baker is performing that very well, which I like. It's good to see Tegan back. I love the location work there in Amsterdam. The quality of the actual footage looks good. For not being the original film elements, it looks really good. And just the actual camera work looks nice. We don't get a lot of it in part 2, but it looks good what we get. The guy playing the friend that's still normal, the one that's with Tegan, is okay. He's not great, but he's okay. Just kind of a guy who's in, way out of his depths. He does communicate that well. Of course, the guy playing the other friend's basically playing a zombie at this point, so there's not a lot for him to do. Although that look on his face is really weird. Janet Fielding's fine as Tegan. You can see her. I love how she's not panicking. She's trying to sort these things out. That's a very Tegan thing to do, especially after her experiences traveling with the Doctor, that she's, instead of panicking and flipping out, she's trying to solve the problem, and I like that a lot as well. I like the Doctor's friend that's helping. I forget his name, but his friend, Time Lord, that's there helping him. My mind just went so blank. Not Michael Goff, but his younger friend that's there, the one that printed out his printout and passes it to him with a handshake. It's just nice to know that the Doctor actually has friends and they're willing to risk so much to help him. That's just so endearing for me. I'm loving the guy playing him. I can't remember if he lives or not, but I hope he lives because I'm really liking him a lot. And it's just nice to know that there is a Time Lord that really cares about the Doctor to risk so much. Michael Goff's putting in a good performance. I mean, it's kind of obvious what's really up with him because they're trying so hard to paint him as the good guy. It feels a little overkill. I love Michael Goff, so it's great to see him in this. And I feel like there's a part of him that is genuine to that. Like I'm guessing he really does care about the doctor. Obviously, him and the doctor have a mentor apprentice thing going. Obviously, the doctor cares about him. Obviously, he cares about the doctor. He strikes me as much like Barusa later in the Five Doctors, kind of one of those road to hell is paved with good intention scenarios. Like you're a good person, you want to do good things, and just slowly, bit by bit, much like Anakin Skywalker or Count Dooku, you just end up on this dark path. And then that's kind of the situation we have going on here with Hamish or whatever his name is, Michael Gall, But they try so hard, like when they convict the doctor and sentence him to death, except for your good friend here who, Heppish, well, thank you, Heppish, or Hamish, or whatever his name is. They're trying a little too hard to paint him in the good light. The guy playing the Castellan is doing good at being that version of the Castellan. My favorite Castellan is still the one from The Deadly Assassin. I love him as the Castellan. Whereas the one from Invasion of Time, as much as I like that actor, he's actually in several episodes of Classic, I don't like his Castellan. This Castellan is good for being the kind of Castellan you just don't like. Here and in the Five Doctors. But I'm enjoying part 2. The story's proceeding fine. Again, I liked the cliffhanger. I love the scene when Nyssa burst in at the end, holding him at gunpoint. You're letting the doctor go, and the doctor's like, no, you need to stop. And he takes the gun out of her hand and hands it away. It's a great performance from Sarah Sutton. It's a great performance from Peter Davison, and I love the fact Barusa's willing to overlook it, because I think Barusa understands why she had that outburst. And, the doctor was one of his students, so I appreciate that. It's a good cliffhanger. I liked it. So yeah, even halfway through the story, we still don't know what's going on yet. We still don't know that Omega is Omega, of course. They're doing a really good job hiding that, even though they've dropped hints at it, like the whole antimatter stuff. But I love that they're keeping us in the dark on that. The story is moving along at a fine pace for me. I'm really enjoying it. Other things to do, don't forget to click the like button. Oh, well, before we get to that, comment down below and let me know what you think of part 2 of Arc of Infinity. Such an underrated story. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. Now we're at that part. Also, I do have a Patreon. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Colin Coney, and Finn Perkins. I do appreciate their support. So I do the support of all of my patrons. Links to that down below. If you would like to help out, it does make a big difference. Also have YouTube memberships available now, several different tiers from. I have a couple people who have joined that, Christopher Johnson and one of my longtime subscribers, Shamrock Particle. I appreciate both of them. Links to the Amazon wish list are down there. My P.O. box is down there as well if you want to check that out. Most importantly, thank you for watching.